bum 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 bum. Wait, I can do that better. What if it's like
Hi guys, it's Esmee with Incredibly We Photography, and I just wanted to give a little background on the reel that I just posted the other day regarding the then versus now comparison. I gotta say, I have never really looked down on anything I've ever done. I knew what my level was, my skill level was from the very beginning until now. Always remain humble about that kind of stuff. Always been super proud of everything I've ever done for my clients because I always gave them my best. And so that was not really a comparison or a means of looking down on where I came from, but rather just to show that growth does happen. You have to start somewhere, right? That's right. So it was so fast moving that you really couldn't appreciate or really capture the then pictures versus the now pictures. They actually each have something to do with one another. There's very specific reasons why I chose the pictures from the then and why I chose the ones from the now. Not because it was my worst work or my best work. It was because there are specific changes that I made over time. And so what I want to do is I want to break those down because I want, especially photographers out there who are budding and they're starting out, I want you guys to see that change is possible and that growth is possible, and you got this. So let's break it down. All right, so this is a sunset picture. Didn't understand that I had to expose for the sunset, but yet have an alternate light source for the subject. And so the subject is sort of silhouetted, and you kind of lose them, even though you get some detail in the sky, but definitely didn't understand shutter speed and didn't understand flash at all. Okay, so I am a huge fan of color. It's in my tagline, Passion, Color, Joy. And even though I didn't want to sacrifice the color in the older picture, I didn't understand the concept of tones. Everything was kind of flat. It was like whatever my camera did, I pretty much left it like that. And so now my colors pop. And that's one thing that I get a lot of from people is they always talk about my color in my photos. And so I've upgraded my tones, my vibrancy, and I feel good about that. So that's the difference between these two pictures. Black and white senior picture, yeah. You can say that I loved color splash. There were several examples of the color splash in this reel. Just thought there should be color in a black and white. But anyway, yeah, I'm a big fan of black and white photography. And so I have learned to hone my skills with black and white photos. That's pretty much the only explanation here. Oh, and of course my senior photography has gotten better. Brooks Museum, the one thing that I used to do a lot of was vignetting. If any of you are photographers, you know that the vignettes are sort of like the darkened shadows around all the pictures. I used to do that on like every picture. So I definitely had a lot of vignetting in this picture at the Brooks Museum, whereas in the other picture of Tori and Melvin, they are in bright light. They are posed to where they're not blinded by the sun, and no vignetting. So that's a big difference. So this dress shot, I did the color splash specifically because the dress had all this gold detail in it, but my issue here was also framing. Like I would take pictures where the top and the bottom took up the entire photo. And so the photo on the other side is a picture of a gown where I actually framed it to where you could really appreciate it. And of course I take close-up pictures now of gowns as well. So yeah, I definitely shouldn't have edited this picture like that. But again, at the time, I thought it was great. This was my very first wedding, and my back of the dress shot obviously has gotten a lot better over the years. So that's all this comparison is that, you know, from my very first wedding in 2013 to this bridal portrait in 2021, obviously there's a big difference. So that's just what it is. Color splash, flowers behind the back. Yeah, I thought I was really doing something in this picture. Anyway, yeah, Color Splash City. You know, it was a good pose. It's a better pose now. That's it. This picture makes me laugh.